So the green screen is acting up, so whatever. The light is bad because we're amateur as fuck. Which is why it was so glorious, you guys. Give me one of those. It was so glorious to reminisce over those videos from the past that we did 2 years ago in November 2 years ago. When, holy shit, is it cheesy. It's cringeworthy, but if I can never take them down, YouTube, I'm not. I've had to take some of them down. The Mike Sacrifice video. We hit 100k. We hit 100k thanks to you guys. So, big fucking shout outs to you guys. Awesome, man. Fucking awesome that we hit 100,000. But then we were looking back at hitting 1,000. And then we got
2,000.
The idea, the notion of we should do a video to My Sacrifice where we talk really seriously. And at the time, being so hyped to do it. Like, it was so fun.
I still love it.
It was so bad. It's the worst video ever.
You could put that song to any speech and I guarantee you will be pulled in like a gravity field.
So fucking
every time
bad.
you sit there on every word.
I get so jaded sometimes, like, about subscribers and stuff like that. And it's really weird to see that. I mean, how many of you are budding young YouTubers? Budding young YouTubers. How many? I want to know if you're out there. And it's such an immense moment to see things like 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 people. When you see that number, it's like 1,000 people gave a shit about stuff that I made. And then we did the 2,000 and then the 10k mega show.
We had a party.
We flew people over. We had the cake of justice. That cake was legit.
That was massive.
We had on the 10k show, people with Skype and earphones. Remember, it was like a fucking secret service operation.
We had a Skype conversation going between 3 mobile phones with headsets on, like they was communicating like security.
It was like cut to camera 2, cut to camera 2 downstairs, cut to camera 1. Okay, move it up. Now play the music. Play music. Camera zoomed in on Mike. Camera 1 on Mike. It was fucking so good.
And go for 2.
Oh man, it was fucking god. 24 subs, yeah, and you can imagine the fucking hype. And then you get jaded, it's like 50k, 60k, and these numbers just start to grow and grow, and it becomes so fucking weird, man, to see. And then to see 100,000, I was like, that's fucking nuts. 5 AM it ticked over. 5 AM because I wanted the screenshot so desperately. I wanted the screenshot. I have the screenshots. Some would consider it sad. I don't. I wanted it to be. There it is for all mankind, for all history that I'll get to say it. That was 1 million views. That was awesome. The first time I hit 1 million views. Good times, man. Good fucking time. I don't even know where I've saved these. No. Oh, I've got them somewhere. I definitely saved them, which I'm happy about.
Don't click on a nude.
Oh, my nudes?
In fact, click on a nude.
No, I'm not gonna show everybody my nudes. They're just for you. They're just for you. But yeah, thanks, man. It's incredible. It's just incredible because we're doing all right. We've come a long way. Come a long fucking way, and you can't argue with that at all. To see it working, because how the hell do you make this work? How the hell do you do, especially Warcraft of all things, to jump into World of Warcraft and to make it work? It's doing guides of all things. Everybody does guides. And to make it fucking work and still be here now, full time, 2 PCs, a PlayStation 3, and a Wii.
Fuck off.
I know. All this technological goodness going on around us. You're here at 80k? I would love it. I would love to see, like, I mean, these people here, this is the most incredible thing, is that Kina, 1k and under club. 1,000 subscribers, we met Kina, and still here to this day, which means we should be doing something, right? I hope.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I fucking hope we're doing something.
Maybe
right.
if there's a couple of people in there like me, they tune in just so they look at like mainly you and they feel
mainly
better
you.
They feel better about themselves.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, man. Look at this fucking loser doing all this stuff. What an absolute loser, making all these videos. Look at this guy. What a joke.
It's your animal magnetism.
Oh, animal magnetism. I don't think so. I think I gave up on that. It's my non-threatening demeanor. People are so happy to see it that it doesn't upset them. That's what I'm going with.
Non-threatening
demeanor. I'm going non-threatening. Easygoing, laid back, easygoing. 20k, 15k, 40k. I was in the 8k club, 10k club. Fucking look at these guys. 6k, Danny Attell. I mean, I remember you guys so
I'm
much.
not even subbed, mate.
Yeah, I know. I hate Jack though. I wish. Why isn't Jack?
Why the fuck do they keep coming back?
11k. So all hail the Lord, we. So it's been awesome. Absolutely incredible. What was your best bit, you think, so far? Let's be a little bit nostalgic for a couple of minutes.
You're going to have to define it, mate, because I've got a lot of best bits, you see.
Alright, well, pick a couple.
Okay, I enjoy Gamescom.
Yeah.
Just the ability to go to Gamescom, to meet people, to see the things, to just go away as like this. As not like a holiday, it was a weird change. That was cool.
Yeah, man, that was totally awesome. Gamescom was one of the best things ever.
I like my snipe on Worms, mate. It's pretty recent.
My snipe on Worms! My snipe on Worms is a memorable moment that takes me back so long just to see that happening. Yeah, Gamescom was one of the biggest things. And of course, we hopefully this year going to BlizzCon. BlizzCon, we're pretty much, it's happening, right? I mean, they changed the website. Why would they have done that if it's not going to happen? It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. It's fucking really gotta happen. I've just got some pictures here. I'm just gonna flick up because it's funny. This is what we did at Gamescom.
Is this where we broke Crotch Batman?
Yeah, I mean, of all the things that we planned to do while at Gamescom, this is...
Come on, Toms. Rocking Toms.
Cargo shorts, slick shoes, doing it right. Doing it right. That was all we wanted to go for, which was fucking incredible, is to do all this stuff. You need a new pair. And then this guy, who shall never be forgotten, as the guy who didn't show up. Doomba.
You knobhead.
This guy.
This
guy.
Shaking like a shitting dog, comes over to us.
Gets invited for dinner.
Yeah, we actually said, you know what, mate, don't worry about it. We're going out for something to eat. You're more than welcome to join us. This time, this place, didn't you? We got stood up.
Let me show you the size of the tower that Doomba couldn't find.
Isn't it the biggest cathedral in the world?
It's the one that it's all Colognes.
Oh, yes.
Couldn't find it. Couldn't find it, Mr. Doomba. Could not find said cathedral. Missed it out. Amateur hour, man. Amateur hour. But it was okay. It was still a good time. It was fucking so awesome. It was so awesome. An epic picture and epic times as well.
It was really good. We walked to the top of that.
You did. I have a particularly good...
You came with us.
Yeah, I know, but I owned it. You guys sucked.
What? Are you kidding me?
It's true.
No, it isn't. Tell you what was good, mate, that I do remember, because the stairs were terrifying.
That's some head sweat going on right
now. Oh,
there.
yeah. We were sweating, man.
Look at the moisture. Slightly arousing in my eyes.
Yeah, the stairs, there was like, what was it, 15,000 stairs or something like that.
Yeah.
The stairs were so small and steep going up, and it was a slow moving queue all the way up, then there was like incremental break areas.
And people coming back the other way on the same pace.
What I do remember, mate,
I remember what you're going to say.
I bet you don't, mate.
I bet I do.
On the way down the stairs, crop dusted everyone, mate. Dropped one, like as we got into the stairwell, dropped one and went down as fast as I could, mate. Crop dusted. That was the highlight of my Germany trip, mate.
To be sprayed by Ghosty as you crawl in 15,000 stairs. That is just a grim situation.
You know what's worse, mate? You're out of breath and you're breathing heavily. Drink it in.
Of all the places to fart, dude, it's so rough.
You gotta fart, you know.
You've gotta fart. I'm just letting you know that's the way I've got to do it. That's the way I've got to do it. So yeah, I really hope this. I said in a big update where I kind of said thanks to everybody is gonna be getting married. Getting married as well. 100k subscribers, more important, and getting married. Tying the knot. Best man speech, mate. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say shit, mate.
You are, mate. You're fucking manning up. You gotta do it. I had to do it,
mate. You don't want me to say what you want me to say.
Free reign, mate.
You better write it. You better write it,
I'll
mate.
let you go.
I will drop some shit.
You tell whatever you want to tell. Just
right.
Go balls deep. Go balls deep.
Right.
I want you to. I don't want you to be held back by anything.
Oh, I don't intend to be, mate. I know all your family. I know how they're going to react, and it's going to be hysterical.
That's all right. And I've got this. Guess what? At the wedding, I asked for one thing, and I've got it. Entrance music. I get my own entrance at my wedding. That's right. Entrance music. So good. Don't tell me you don't want an entrance if you get married. Don't tell me you don't want a WWE style entrance. If I asked if they could have a fog machine, but the building's too old.
I'd only do it if I could go full whole hog Goldberg.
And do you want the police?
Pyro, and I want a goddamn 8-man police convoy either side of me with the music on, and then when
would you be topless?
I'd come out after the bride.
Oh, of course.
And then like when she turns round, I'd be stood there in the fireworks, and I'd be stood there in the sparks, and then I'd raise up all the rockets, mate, as I'm walking down, and I'd like proper scream in her face, and then like
scream in her face. Wow. And then jackhammer.
Yeah, no, and then like I'd spear her down, and I was like the ministers, I was shocked and shit. Give him a right jackhammer, mate, for the 3. Yeah.
And walk out.
And
unmarried.
I'd put a ring on a finger, one on mine, and walk out with like a title belt, which my best man had passed me.
No, nothing can tie this man down.
Exactly.
You should have just thrown the ring on a chest.
Yeah, would have thrown it, mate. Yeah, into the crowd like a prop.
You're so stupid. How can I marry someone who thinks I would get married? And that's what you should say.
Yeah.
Who thinks they can own this?
Exactly.
But I am having entrance music, and I can't decide. We should have a vote. I would let the crowd decide, but I think that would end badly.
Go with Walk by Pantera.
I can't have jizz in my pants.
Or I'm on a boat and have a paper mache boat, mate.
But Aquaman sucks. I would come out in a little outfit and everything, because I come out before Emma, so she won't know what my entrance is. I'm keeping it entirely under wraps. I could make it novelty. I could come out with balloons. I could come out with a foam gun and just spray a dad continuously in the face, over and over and over, literally until he like passes out.
Yeah.
Just foam.
You could come in like Xerxes on a gold like throne with like 8 naked men carrying you, and then when they put it down, they lie down in front of it, and you walk on their backs.
You had me at naked men.
All day, every day.
And everyone's going, is he supposed to be Xerxes? Do you mean supposed to be? I'm a god among men, don't you know?
I will marry you because I'm a generous groom.
I will survive. Yeah, like a boss. Oh, Heartbreak Kid would be good. Heartbreak Kid would be fucking good. That would be so good.
I'd get everyone to throw the panties at you.
Especially my mother. Especially my mother.
What?
You're the one who's got people throwing panties at me at my wedding, but it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So I'm really excited for that. And then after that, full steam ahead towards BlizzCon, and then hopefully out of this room with this kind of shit going on.
We need to fucking do a Stag do then.
Stag do hasn't entered my
We'll
mind.
talk about it offline.
Alright.
Jesus Christ.
You look like you're getting all upset. There's just no Stag do. Hey, no McDonald's. That's all I'm saying. I don't want a McStag do.
Well, obviously off the bat it's Burger King, and if you would have said no Burger King, then I would have been upset. But now that you've said
It
no
better
McDonald's,
be King Hats.
it's one way or the other. We're
It
gonna
better
go
be
Burger
King Hats.
King Hats.
King Hat. I think Stag. I don't know what you've. I'd rather have a LAN party. That would be legit. That would be really good. A LAN party would be just awesome. Just a stupid LAN party where we don't do anything worthwhile. With a stripper though, but probably not undressed.
Does it matter who the stripper is?
No, not if it's a guy. I'm fine. If it's a guy who doesn't get undressed and just plays the LAN, that would be really good.
My brother went to a stag do recently where they did something called Rent a Midget, and basically,
is this Wolf of Wall Street stuff?
Oh no. They basically, everyone knows apart from the groom. They went to, I think it was Benidorm. It was somewhere cheesy way.
Classy,
yeah.
Somewhere classy. Hey, don't knock anyone from El Español. Classy,
yeah. Very classy. Touch of class. And they meet up with the midget or dwarf, or I don't want to see
vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged, yeah. And then at one point of the night, they've got him for 24 hours. He will sneak up to the groom and handcuff himself to the groom. Doesn't stop there. They swallow the key, and then you have to wait until they shit the key out.
That's disgusting. That just took a bad turn.
Until you can actually undo that.
That was gross. You see, I was laughing at I'd be all for that, and then when that went down, I'd be like, dude, that's too much. What you did there was ruin the whole thing.
I didn't ruin it. That's just the way that it is.
No, I just would have said if that would have happened to me. That's what I would have said. I was like, I was in until there was feces.
I was in. I would have loved it, mate. And do you know why?
Why would you have loved it? And explain it to me.
So
why?
I'm handcuffed to a midget.
All right.
Yeah? He's like, I need to take a deuce.
A 6 deuce.
A 6 deuce. So I'd be standing there, mate.
You've got to wait with him while he's in said booth.
Exactly. Then it's like now you've got to pick through that. So take out the chunks.
Oh,
and then tombstone him into it.
Tombstone. That was your go-to.
Repeatedly.
I think that'd be really difficult to do. A chokeslam might be more appropriate.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say for there's less penis in your face is all I'm saying.
And he's just had a shit.
He's just had a shit. He's probably not wiped yet. Oh, you'd have to be there while he wipes, and that's gross. That's not funny.
That's hilarious, though, for me.
As long as it's not me. I'm fine with it. I'm fine if it's somebody else.
What goes that idea?
God, I have one job to do. But yeah, no thanks for that. No, I don't know. Stag do's. I don't know. I just found something funny. We'll organise something. It'd be easy.
It will be.
It will be. It might just be me and you. Play Hearthstone all night. Me and you play Hearthstone all night. We fucking legit. That's what we'll do. Pile driver into said deuce. Said designated aforementioned deuce, and now we're gonna do it.
With you in standard pile driver, you're getting too close to the recently deuced and exposed anus.
But you can clasp the buttocks.
But then you are actually creating some sort of pressure build-up into the digestible system, which could force out a stray...
A fountainous...
a tertiary deuce.
A tertiary deuce.
Exactly,
Plus,
you see.
what you're not accounting for there is if you grasp, there's spreadage. There's
Of course.
always
Of course,
spreadage. You can't do it without it. You'd have to be squeezing. They'd be squeezing, and that causes a mulch.
I don't think we could just go for an inverted takedown maneuver.
Perhaps we just shouldn't attack the vertically challenged at all.
No, we are doing because
No, yeah.
the handcuffed us to us.
That's right. It was his own fault. He brought it on himself. What kind of a business are you running here?
Do you know
is
what
I'd say to him.
I'd be that pissed off. I'd use him as a flail.
What's the worst stag do / thing you've been to?
Ever?
Yeah, like really bad where it went pear-shaped. Have you ever been to one where the groom was just not happy? Like, this sucks.
No. I have been to one where, for a brief moment, I was terrified, but then found out it was the norm, and it was when I went to... what's it called? Hungary. And basically, all the...
Hungary represent?
It's not as a land of the beautiful women, and there's a reason. Trust me. But anyway, the nightclubs in this area where we were... I'll fill you in like 30 seconds out. But all the nightclubs where we were, we luckily had a beer tourist, or whatever he's called. Really nice guy who was just taking us to all the best nightclubs on the night out. A couple of titty bars and blah, blah, blah. But the first couple we went into, went into like this derelict, like you see in something on TV, like a derelict sort of looking warehouse. Imagine the intro of Blade.
Okay.
Right?
Do.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can hear bass, you see a derelict warehouse, it's just bricks and rubblery. Rubblery? Is that a rubble?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
I like the idea of rubblery.
But then and then you walk up to it and there'd be two doormen, and as soon as they opened the doors, it was the best nightclub you could ever go
Was
in.
it loud as bollocks behind the door as well?
Yeah, but it was like that in every nightclub apart from one of them where it was the same sort of exterior.
After seeing Hostel, I'm not sure I'm down with any of that.
And then there was like a really staircase.
Sounds
It
very
was a
ropey.
rooftop nightclub and stuff. It was beautiful. But anyway, Land of the Beautiful Women, we celebrated the day after in a coffee shop, cafe. I get there. No, it wasn't a cafe. It wasn't a cafe.
Coffee shop.
Shut up.
Cafe. It was like a bar that served coffee and not beer.
And basically, for 2.5 hours, we just sit there trying to sober up. Every woman from 16, gonna keep it legal, to mid-40s was nothing short of absolutely jaw-droppingly stunning that went past on a main road. Even big fat Jabba the Hutt looking motherfuckers had a model in his hand and stuff like that. Which it was sickening. I wanted to
Bold
punch
and beautiful.
everything. But yeah, it was good. But apart from that brief period where this guy thought he's gonna rape us.
Oh, whoa! My rape sense is tingling. Yeah. It's gonna go down.
Just like this warehouse, but it wasn't just like. It wasn't like a canopy of a warehouse. It was like an actual empty, derelict warehouse that you had to walk through. That was empty. No one outside apart.
It's all part of the atmosphere, isn't it?
Guys, yeah. 2 guys at the door who let you in, but yeah, it was good.
I'm gonna get raped. Why was that your go-to? Not mugged, not just beat up. You know, a classic
Mate,
shanking.
To the raper, I'm a delicacy.
Oh yeah. Have you seen me?
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna get raped.
Look, do you think all this was an accident? Premeditated, partner.
I'm in a warehouse in Hungary. I'm just asking for it right now. I'm asking for it. I've got myself dolled up, comb my hair.
Exactly, yeah. I had combat pants on, yeah. A rosary.
A rosary.
I was looking
I was accessorized.
I was
accessorized from head to toe. I was absolutely accessorized. So yeah, wedding coming up. And then BlizzCon. Anyone going to BlizzCon? If it's on. Oh, got awfully quiet very quickly.
Well, it's because there's a bit of a delay with the chat.
It's the most annoying aspect of Twitch.tv. I've got to say, it's the worst thing about Twitch.tv.
A question before a comment so you can go, question, carry on talking, answers to question.
Hey.
How long have you been doing this, mate?
Drama Friday, I tell an awesome joke and then I go, ha. I have to wait a minute.
Why the fuck aren't you laughing?
I have to wait a minute before people clock it, which is a fucking nightmare. You're going, I want to go. Are you expecting anything? I'm not.
I am.
What will they be announcing?
Rape.
Can we get off rape?
Okay.
Let's leave it.
I shut the rape door.
Yeah. Let's close it.
When's Absolute Heroes of the
Heroes of the Storm is soon, right?
Is it before BlizzCon?
Yeah. Yeah, it's already in the alpha. I mean, they're giving out the keys. We haven't had the EU keys yet. Yeah. Yeah, Heroes of the Storm. I can't imagine anything though, but I'm still going.
It'll be really, really, really good.
Sweaty.
Nicely done, sir.
Do you not remember Gamescom? That was a moist area. There was some beef going around that room.
There was some beef.
There was some beef going around that room.
Certain areas of just pure beef.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have to find this while I do it. While I'm on the subject, is you have to see if I can find it.
What the shit? Is that?
This fucking guy is so good. Here it is, guys. Whenever you get 2 minutes, just check this Reddit link. This guy got banned from Magic the Gathering.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Can we have a
Oh, let's
preview?
put it on the big screen.
Yeah.
This is exactly what, like, I mean, it was.
Oh,
Oh, go away.
that's Bobby getting bombed.
Alright. Look, he just posed next to people with their ass crack out. This guy. And they found out who he was. He got banned from the game. Look at his pose. That pose is so good. Look at him in quiet contemplation. I fucking love this guy. He's so good. The sneaky squeaker.
It's that crossover. He's in business
Look
mode.
at his serious face. It's so good. Oh, what a guy. Taking a knee. Considering this one's so good. This is fucking poses. Serious. Very serious. Just went around and did that for the whole fucking thing. And he found out he got 6 months ban or a 1 year ban from Magic the Gathering tournament, so he can never go again. But the best thing about this is the next week, a pizza delivery guy posted on Reddit that he delivered to his house and got it to post next to his ass crack. And it's got the pizza delivery guy with his keks down, and this guy's giving it all this right near his ass. He's like a celebrity for it. I fucking love it, man. It's so good. It's absolutely.
That's the best thing I've ever seen.
It's brilliant. It's so fucking good, man. Anytime someone does that, I'm just like, yeah, that is fucking cool. And people were really pissed as well.
Really
Violated
funny
the
thing
sanctity.
to-
But it's just funny. Get
The
over
sanctity
it, man.
It's absolutely nothing to do with Magic the Gathering. It's to do
No.
with.
I have an
Ass
ass crack
cracks.
issue myself, but I wouldn't be pissed at that picture because deliciousness. Especially with
ass
such a
crack?
pose that's going alright. He's praying to the ass gods. It's like he's in deep thought.
Did you put the link?
Yeah, I put it in the chat. Remind me to put it at the YouTube cut down. Asgard. Welcome to Asgard. So, God, you love it, aren't you? That was his entire mission. He must have lost round one. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do this. This is fucking hilarious. But it's brilliant. But yeah, like Gamescom was a lot like that, which was really cool. And weird cosplay. I'm not looking forward to that.
Why?
Because cosplay is amazing when it's like men and women of an appropriate age who put the effort in. It's not cool when it's 13 and 14-year-old girls flashing the panties everywhere. That's weird. And there was a lot of that at Gamescom, and it really did start to make me uncomfortable at some points. Because I don't know if you've ever been to Gamescom or one of these events. We're all sat outside. I don't know if you've got a picture, but there's especially at Gamescom, there's areas in between, isn't there? Which are just outdoor areas where you can get a beer. Oh, where is this one? No, that's... Oh, here. I think this is it. Yeah, these outdoor areas like this, where you can just go sort of chill and sit down. So we would sit down on the floor in these kind of outdoorsy areas, and then you'd just turn and there'd be like a 13-year-old girl there with like a nurse's outfit on, and not good, man. And he's trying to have a beer. I want to get off this.
I'm sorry, did you say something
I do
else?
not like your face.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
No, not booth babes. No, not booth babes. The Razor booth babes, though, that was a bit much, wasn't it? Or not? That was a bit skimpy. Let's say.
I can't remember him.
He's such an innocent guy. That's what I love about you. Did not see you know the booth babe? I didn't even notice. And that's the truth of the situation. That's the truth of the situation. It was just the way it went down. I'm not looking forward to that, but the BlizzCon cosplays are fucking awesome. You seen the Illidan one that won last year? So good.
I do want to see the
good.
Illidan one.
Right. So thank you everybody in summary for that 30-minute conversation on everything. Oh yeah, so we're getting married. BlizzCon hopefully is the plan after that. Should be able to make BlizzCon, I think. And then full force ahead for 2015. We're going to get an office and all sorts of stuff and get out of here. That's the plan. Whammy! Moving on up, baby. Moving on up. Yeah, loads of girls go to those things, man. It's fucking awesome. So good. Loads of girls. Lots of quality girl games out there now. It's hard to get by. TBC. Can I talk about TBC? Can I get a little serious on you for just the next section? How many of you played the Burning Crusade?
Me.
You.
This guy.
You're in our guild.
I re-rolled to join you.
That's right.
Merchants,
fucking boom, son. Fucking right. Really want to know how many of you played Burning Crusade? Just out of interest. How many of you played Burning Crusade? And what I want to talk about is I'm writing the legacy of the Burning Crusade like I did for vanilla, old school stuff, that kind of stuff. I know you did Nubs. Fucking hell, look at Nubs. Me! I was there in our guild. Me. Okay, plenty of people. This is the problem I'm having. When I make these videos, right, and it's a discussion for perhaps an individual video where I can express it a bit better. But Burning Crusade was the most exclusive club, is what I would think. Very difficult to get everything attuned and so on, right? You would agree with that. You were there for like one of our server first kill fast kills. Got the video of it. Bop in the tank. All that kind of stuff. We did everything from the start. We were good to go. We were in a raid guild. We got everything done. How many of you weren't there? Because I can't contextualize what it was like if you didn't have the advantages of being in a raid guild. That's what I'm after. I'm after people to almost write to me about it, because it can't have been easy. It must have been horrible if you couldn't do the 5-mans even, because you needed a guild for those, right? How did you get through that achievement?
What achievement?
5-man heroics. How did you do a shot halls? Did I carry you?
No. Absolutely not.
You must have. Yeah, you were pally. OP, mate. OP. I want to know what that was like, because I can't put it into context. Everything about the Burning Crusade for me, which I think you thought it was awesome.
I loved it.
I thought I had a blast.
Absolutely.
I had a fucking blast owning everything, and never had a problem with achievements or anything like that. But I don't know what it was like for people who weren't in that position. Right? I don't know what it was like, and that makes it really hard for me to not just sort of cream about it constantly, which is really fucking difficult to do. Yeah, was it just a white? I really want to know. I want people to sort of submit to me like a bit of a tale of what it was like if you weren't starting off in a good position. It was easy for me for vanilla. How hard do you think it must have been? Can you even remember what it was like then? Can you cast your mind back that far?
To what? Sorry.
To TBC start. I mean, TBC start for me and you was boom
we
pizzas.
We was in a position. Oh, the actual. Like,
I just say pizzas. Sat down. Paladins. Ghostlands. After you.
Thank you. It is a shithole. So
it's a shithole. Terrible fucking zone. Hate the Ghostlands.
Absolutely.
Rocked our way through. Instantly got leveled. And the guild was waiting for us. We had capped people all across the guild, and we leveled really quickly.
Yeah.
And then we were in raids.
They were raiding before we had capped paladins on the horde side,
which was awesome as a guild master to watch your guild raid without you. It was really sad for me.
It was more humiliating having to stand outside Karazhan and giving them buffs so they can go back in and raid.
But we never struggled.
No, absolutely not. We was in a.
That's what I can't get my head around.
I wouldn't say it's privilege, because it's widespread enough that if you're in a guild, you're in a guild.
We had no disadvantages though.
Exactly. We didn't have any disadvantage. We always had someone there to level. Like classic day elite quests. Do you remember those? Like you need 4 people to do this, or like they get it like later on. You pick up the quest, but you weren't meant to do it straight away. But then if you had a guildie,
yeah.
Do that. That's the advantages. These are all advantages though of being in a guild. I mean,
yeah, a raid guild that was going from day one.
Exactly.
Our guild was set. We had all the members. We just boom.
Yeah, it was good. It was just the grind.
Yeah, and it was hell of a lot of fun. But I tried to put it. If you understand what I'm saying, I want it to be a fair representation. I haven't got a fair representation of TBC. I really don't in any way, because I just had a great time from start to finish. I had everything that I wanted. It was brilliant. So I'm looking at it, and people are saying it was fucking horrible. But what I found out, kind of, and maybe this is what I want to get your perspective on, is that because you had to be in a raid guild to get anything done in TBC, there was no other options.
I wouldn't say to get anything done in TBC. To raid, then yeah.
Well, to get gear, essentially, to really progress. There was arena at that time, so the PvPers had to go off and do something. So the PvPers were okay. They were alright. But if you wanted to do anything else, You kind of had to have a raid guild, right? You couldn't do anything in.
I don't know. No,
what could you do? You couldn't
really.
pug anything. What would you pug?
Well, you could do. You could pug whatever. I mean, look at like how it was in vanilla. Same thing.
I don't remember pugging many raids. Joining a guild and.
Oh, you're talking about actual raids? I thought you meant like.
Well, what else would you?
Well, like look at.
No, not 5 bands.
In vanillas, even though it was a raid, it wasn't a raid instance. Like UBRS was originally 15 man.
Yeah. Well, 10 could take 15.
Oh shit! Sorry. No. Wait. Yes, you're right.
UBRS was 10, could take 15.
My mistake. But
sorry.
Instances like that, it was just a case of you were more privileged, dependent on what you were.
I would say the only thing that was really puggable, if from a reasonable perspective, not like the end of the expansion, you know, where you've got loads of Sunwell Island gear and all that. I'd say the only thing reasonably puggable was probably Kara. I mean, High King Malgorth is not easily puggable unless you did take your people who know how to do that. Magtheridon, fuck off.
No. No
fuck
way.
off, Magtheridon.
That trash in Magtheridon was the first ever time where I was actually because I was on my pallet and I was healing at the time and I thought, are you having a fucking laugh?
This is a joke.
Like even the annoying core hounds were like easily dealable. One thing, kill them together.
Yep.
That is it. These trash.
3 guys.
Fear,
3 little guys. 3 cars.
Oh my god.
But I would say, yeah,
what a
Karazhan's got to be
trash.
the only really puggable thing throughout the expansion until you're very endgame.
Oh, you're talking about the full TBC thing?
I'm just trying to say.
Yeah, Karazhan.
Do you understand? I'm trying to get into the mindset of the guys who didn't have the advantages we had. Because they can't have done much other than. I can't even imagine really pugging unless you had really good high powered friends. Heroic Shattered Halls, Heroic Shadow Labs, Heroic fucking. What's that last one called that's in the Nether? Arcatraz.
Oh yeah.
Arcatraz. I mean, those things. Those were raid level stuff. A lot of people forget that. Those 5-mans weren't designed for anybody but raiders. That was. Because that did achievements that were after tier 4, if you remember.
I don't think they were that hard.
Oh, fuck off!
I know. I don't mean that in a big-headed way. I'm thinking, I can't remember always going. I can't remember hardly going with my guild on all my ops and stuff like in TBC to those instances.
I'm sure you didn't, probably because of how hard they were. To be honest.
No.
They were designed for tier 4 gear.
Things like Arcatraz and stuff like Arcatraz especially, I can't remember what exactly.
Arcatraz was the easiest.
But it was one of those places where you do that thing on Heroic for the off chance that the boss will drop that epic that you need. Yeah,
it might have changed to... I mean, I'm also trying to say from sort of beginning to middle-ish. You know what I mean? I mean, the first... this is one of the things I wanted to do a video on, really, is that 5-man Heroics originally were designed for raiders. They were tuned for raid-level gear. You were supposed to do Karazhan and Magtheridon really before you started doing the achievements in Shattered Halls.
I'll tell you what, actually, I wouldn't do. I will say this. I wouldn't do in a pug was the one in Hellfire Peninsula.
That's Shattered Halls.
Is it the one where you actually have to run through waves of them?
Yes.
Yes, I wouldn't do
Halls.
that in a pug. No, sir.
I was actually talking about this because people were comparing them to challenge modes, and I forgot. It is off the cuff question, right? How long? Because you had to speedrun Shattered Halls to get the achievement. You had to kill the guy after the last boss. There was a guy waiting, and you had to kill him. How long was the speedrun? Bear in mind, challenge modes now 20 minutes. I think the longest challenge mode is 20-25 minutes, and I think that's Sholomance, and it's really easy. What can you remember? I mean, you've done it many times. Can you remember what the speed run of Shattered Halls was? No. 50 minutes.
Wow.
The speed run of that dungeon was 50 minutes. 50 fucking minutes, dude. When I read that, I was like, no way was that how fast we had to do that.
Oh, yeah, because I do remember if you had 2 wipes, you might as well give up.
Oh, yeah, that was it. You were fucked.
Yeah.
That's a dungeon. That is sort that slams your balls into a vice and says, fuck you. I would never want to see a return to that. I would never ever want to see a return to that. No, it was 50 minutes, man. You can Google it. It was fucking ages. And that was to speedrun it. Yeah, don't want to return to that at all. But I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff that just isn't puggable. You know, at a basic level until you're really overgeared. I mean, I fucking speedran it for fun, you know, in tier 6 gear or whatever. Yeah. But that's the mindset of people I really want to know about. Is were you in that position where there was so much you just couldn't do? But this was my thought on it. Did this then force you into a raid guild because you had no other choice, and off you went on your journey? There weren't that many people who weren't able to do anything. That's the kind of other aspect I was looking for. I couldn't find people in that situation.
Because I mean, you got to think of someone's background as well, though, how they got into a raid guild. I mean, a lot of people not originally, but I joined Dark because I knew you. You were in Dark went before in vanilla. Whereas like my original raiding experience was like literally at such a serendipity in terms of I was a paladin. I was geared with everything with was it 0.5 gear?
You were rocking the judgment, I'm sure.
Wait a minute before I got that. How did I get that?
What, you're 0.5 gear?
No, the 0.5. You know, you had like Light Forge, and then there was
you had
Soul Forge, the purple and silver one.
Oh, do you mean the one you had to do the quest for?
Yeah, the 0.5 for people who couldn't raid. I had that and couldn't go anymore because I wasn't in a raiding guild. I was just in a social sort of guild to speak to sort of thing. And it was, I asked a paladin. I asked this guy who's luckily the GM of a guild at the time called the House of Searing Blades.
Lovely name.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And I said, like, you know, what you do for raid? And just got chatting to him, a really nice guy. And I said, well, just give me a shout if you ever need a paladin or something like a recruit to fill it, and I'll come with you. And he actually messaged me about 30 minutes later and said, look, we're actually going to Molten Core now if you've got the time. So I went with them because they were all geared. But that's how I started. We went to Molten Core up to Ragnaros, and that was my first raid. Then I got invited to the guild, and ever since then I stuck with them, and that's how I got into a raiding guild, just from a guy, no application, no background, absolutely nothing, just gave me a shot and said, well, okay, then you come here with us. No, that was it. It was on the days. Was it called Decursive?
Mm-hmm.
Decursive
was the automatic dispel.
Classic days. Is you had a list of people that had something on them that you could dispel. You could organise that list in a priority order, like tanks, healers, and stuff like that. And if your job was to decurse, you would literally click the top of the list, click decurse. So you'd be like this. That is all you have to do, because it would automatically, as soon as you click that name in your list, it would highlight them. And then, but they took that auto tag off, didn't they? Well, that's what I'm saying in terms of you don't have to be of someone to know how to get into a guild or to do an app. It's just some people are genuinely nice people, and that's how I started raiding.
What's that got to do with TBC?
I'm saying, don't have to be in a position of privilege.
I know what I was
stuff like that.
What I was trying to get at is that I couldn't. Usually, I can find the bad stuff about an expansion. It's not actually that hard to find people who struggled in, say, Wrath or Molten Core. Yeah. And they were like, but they had a lot more options back then, so they did other things. So what I can find easily, if I wanted to do like a history of Wrath, is like, oh, well, I did this route. I did 10-man normal, and then I did this and this and this. People were on very set paths. In TBC, you had no choice. You PvP'd or you PvE'd. Get the fuck out otherwise. Like, for the reasons we just said, because it was so exclusive.
Yeah.
So what I can't find, which is why I was asking the guys here, is I can't find the people who didn't do that. And I'm wondering if the reason I can't find that is because they had no choice than to go out and pull themselves together to find a raid guild and do something about it, because otherwise you weren't going to get anything done. And is that one of the reasons people have such fond memories of TBC? Is because whether they realised it or not, they were forced down a route that involved them getting raid kills, arena rewards, whatever it might be. They got all this good shit from it, but they didn't realise they were kind of like, you had no options. Do you know what I mean? See what I'm going for? The lack of choice actually led people to have a better experience. Is that why I can't find it? That's the kind of... It's a possibility is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it is, because you got to think of... it might not be as clear cut as arena or raiding, because people... back then as well, especially, it wasn't instant that you could cap a character then, before heirlooms and stuff like that. So a lot of people would just gladly level up all their alts and stuff like that.
I'm sure there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this was 100% of the people. I'm not saying this is like 100%.
But also, think of the amount of people that are looking to do the same thing as you. I can guarantee 9 times out of 10 it probably won't work as well as you'd hope.
Oh no, at all. I'm just trying to put together why I couldn't find that information. I couldn't find those perspectives of people who just were stuck. This is what I expected to find, is go into the history of the Burning Crusade. Super difficult, super exclusive. That's what everybody remembers and knows, is that you needed to do this and this. But that's because we had those advantages. This is what I'm saying. This is what I was talking to you about before, is that we didn't have that problem because we were already going and going and going. But there must have been people who didn't start in a raid guild, right? There must be millions of people who didn't start in a raid guild and were like, this is my fresh start kind of thing. Like, we see every expansion is, it's going to be my fresh start, blah, blah, blah. And then off they go. I was trying to find out their problems and what they ran into and encountered, just to give it some context, to make sure it wasn't rose tinted and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see. You want to basically.
You
don't want to cement in that Burning Crusade was perfect because
it wasn't
as you remember it.
Yes,
basically.
exactly. I always want my videos to be fair, despite my. That's why like the Fortnite videos have different contexts, right? Because from one perspective it works this way, and it's like I just wanted to know. Just an email will do nicely. Email will do fucking awesome. That would be more than nice. Before we go for a very, very quick break, 45 minutes, good time for a break.
45 minutes, okay.
I know, right?
It's like one topic.
I know, it's one topic on the list. That's right, we have a list. Get professional. Preach gaming.
Oh my god, that's a bumper. That's a bumper if I've ever seen one, mate.
Get professional. It's written in different coloured felt tips on the board.
Very shoddily, I might.
Very shoddily. Role players. I am that one. Awesome that you know and realise that Drama Friday is not a mockery of what you guys do. And in fact, on many occasions I've pointed out, I would love the ability to actually get into roleplay because I think it looks fucking hilarious.
I would.
They're having so much more fun than we are. It's embarrassing, right?
You know what the thing is, though? I think, and it's a weird character trait of mine, is I'd be embarrassed to do it.
I feel the same way sometimes. I mean, I went and did it. Don't get me wrong.
I'd love to do it. To be
I just
in
feel
my
silly.
character, but yeah,
you just feel silly.
I'd love to have that mindset where I was just like, you know, this is a character, you know, it's not me. Whereas I'd be sat there thinking like, I'd be trying to role play, I would be role playing, but inside my head I'd be thinking, what are you doing?
Well, this is
and
what
I hate the fact that I think
I've never been to a LARPing event, the live action where you do it for real, you dress up in shit and you go
like on role models.
Yes. But that's some brave shit right there.
Yeah.
That's fucking brave as fuck, man. I would feel like a dick doing that, but fucking, that's what I mean. So role players, I'm asking, because most of the roleplay stories are getting like what people think we want, which is like, I found two people having sex and stuff. And that stuff's great on a rarity, but I get a lot of it now, and a lot of it's made up. But what people genuinely find interesting and funny is the actual big roleplay events people do. Like, what did you actually roleplay? And then, you know, with the voices and stuff, because what we hear is this is what a drama story will be like sometimes is, and then blah 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 gives a speech before every boss pull, right?
I'd love that.
I want to, yeah, exactly. You'd be well into it.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't say the speech because it moves on to the two guys who are posing as lesbians in the city. But then I go in my head, the fuck was the speech? What does this guy say before every raid? I need to know what that was. I really want to know what the speech was, and I think everybody else would.
I did it in terms of joking. Remember when I used to do the quiz thing? Do you remember the intro video to the quizzes?
I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Dude, it was so good. Like,
is it on the YouTubes?
I don't think it is. Basically, before we used to do start quizzes, as I stopped raiding because I didn't have time to progress as much as the guild were, so I stopped raiding. But I started using. Remember when I said that I was a nice guy, but I made people kill themselves for money.
We remember it
It
well.
was before that. It was before that.
It was
but
before
basically,
that.
yeah, we'd have like a quiz night. We'd have a quiz night on Ventrilo or something like that, and I'd pick a random location and I'd be on my rogue, so I'd be in stealth mate, so they couldn't see me.
Couldn't see you.
Not in party, so you can't see me.
Is that part of the quiz? Where is he?
No mate. And then like I'd have two people in my group which were female bluffs, nude, and then they'd start dancing me.
You'd literally have an entourage.
I'd have an entourage, but then like I'd put like an entrance tune theme on Ventrilo, and then I had a suit on my rogue and shit. I'd smoke bomb. Come out of it, and then they'd start firing fireworks, mate, and I'd start walking towards everyone. Hey, goodbye, mate.
If Vanish is in the chat, please find me a link to a video of that occurring.
Hey, what was it now? It was Cult of Personality, mate. That song.
Oh, I can't play the song because of copyright.
You can't copyright.
Yeah, copyright owners completely.
But, yeah.
But I would love to see that. But yeah, roleplay. Send it to drama@preachgaming.com. If you could do that, I'd be totally fine with it. Remember, it's totally anonymous anyway. And no, in fact, RP is taken massively well by our community because we're all pretty grown up, to be honest. Besides Jack. Surprisingly.
I'm grown up out here. I'm not grown up in here.
Alright, we're back in 2 minutes, guys. Let's take a quick break, grab a drink. Welcome back. Oh, just a nice quick break. Toilet break. Ah, awesome. Must wash the hands. Cleanliness is next to godliness. See a donation of James. Thank you, James. Going towards the big camera, dude. Oh, I got another one immediately. Thank you. From Wendy. Lady Sweets. I know you are. Thanks, Wendy.
What's Lady Sweets?
It's Wendy Sweets.
Oh, Wendy Sweets.
Wendy Sweets taking names. Lady Wendy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll be looking awesome, man, in the fucking future. It's all good, man. 100k to the top.
All right? Jesus Christ.
You make me angry.
Intense face. Okay, you dick. 100k. Shit.
You just hurt everybody. Fucking hurt everybody. Welcome back, and Lady Keeley. Oh, okay. I'm going to embarrass. Can I embarrass you, Keeley? Say yes or no. Say yes or no.
Good thing you asked before you showed him.
We got Alicia Mathis as well. Didn't show up on my phone. A generous donation. 50 quid. Mathis. That's August. Dude, thank you, dude. That's fucking
August
amazing.
is one of them, like...
That is huge. Thank you,
He's got dollar
August.
bills lying everywhere.
August, you're legit, man. That's fucking incredible.
You just said his real name, though. People are going to find him, hunt him down. You goofed, mate.
Sorry.
Why?
Yes.
Don't kid yourself. You got a folder that says business.
I have got a business folder. This! Representing. This is how it's done. I have to save this. I better get rid of this after Emma will be asking, why have you got pictures of girls?
Sorry, mate. You delete all you want. I'm still going to tell her.
Yeah. Mine's looking at pictures of
Mine's
girls.
got pictures of chicks on his computer, right? With
This is what it's all about. Is Lady Keeley went on a cruise, a fucking sea rus.
What was she wearing?
What was she wearing?
What was she wearing? Not much.
Yeah! Lady Keeley sporting the PG wear while rocking a cruise.
Chicks, mate.
Jared Leto in the corner.
Where?
Did you get my reference, mate?
Oh, yeah, mate.
Did you get my reference, mate?
Because of the picture.
Because of the fucking selfie, mate, that was totally sponsored, mate. Jared Leto trying to get in on the action, mate. Didn't even get in, did he, mate?
20 million. Which one was that picture? This one?
Yeah.
Watch this, mate.
Not creepy. But as always, when we get a picture of everybody, what we need to do is point out this guy. Oh, you can't see because of my mouse. PG wear on the fucking party. Respect Team Canada.
Team Canada, mate.
Team fucking Canada. Team Canada representing the fucking the wear. I have to be careful with my preach wear. More than one restaurant has inquired as to my religious nature. When she says, "Are you a Mormon or something?" I'm like, this would not work if I was the Mormon. This would not work. And then I go, "No, I play video games for a living." And then they go,
"So fuck off."
"Here's your spaghetti, you dick." Do you play FIFA? Oh. It's the best question of you asking what I do.
I played it once, but the guy that was playing did this ridiculous goal shot.
Oh, mate,
was playing this soccer
fucking
game,
bicycle kick on the soccer, mate.
Bicycle kick.
Fucking ball
from
kick.
The striker.
Into the box.
Right, into the box, yeah. 10 yards, at least. 10 yards at least, mate. Bicycle kick from the striker.
From the striker.
And then
he put it in the back of the net.
It was a proper soccer ball goal shot.
Oh, mate, when he kicked it. Do you remember that bit in last week's game with them teams when they kicked the ball in the net, mate?
They kicked it in that massive... How can you miss that? Have you ever seen how big they are in real life? Yeah,
I've missed.
Here's a couple of $100,000.
I've totally fucking missed.
Get it in that bus-sized target. You knobhead.
Which is fucking awesome.
Soccer ball.
We should commentate. We should do a video where we commentate a FIFA game.
And
then he's passed it to the other guy. And he's done it again. And he's on the floor. Now, but he kicked the ball. And now the soccerness is moving towards the other end of the field.
He does look injured, but we've got the half-time cheerleaders. You know what they should do? Like bonus multi-ball.
Like pinball.
Like a lamb goes up this.
Instead of a throw-in, every time the ball goes off the pitch, they just fire 50 balls into the middle of the pitch. And it's just game on.
They fire like 2 back, but from random places. There's like, imagine if like...
From random places.
If you had a circumference... of like 360 cannons, all loaded with a ball.
360 cannons, every degree is covered.
With a ball, but some of them have got like the trick ball in where it's actually like a concrete ball.
It's lead.
Yeah.
Some £50 million soccer striker breaks his leg.
But
hilarious.
But like, imagine this like concrete ball painted like a football. No one actually comes in to intercept it on the flow, so they don't know how heavy it is, and then they boot it full force.
My only issue that might occur,
soil myself
if they fired such a thing through a cannon, it's very deadly to those on the pitch. It might literally be like Lord of the Rings, dude, when they fire the fucking barrels of stone into the crowd.
If I was on their goddamn wages, I wouldn't care if the cannons all were loaded with a volley of arrows.
Would you just hit the deck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cannonball! The whole team just hits that is such a fucking better game. We'll call it Soccer 2.
Soccer 2. The return.
No, but because of the concrete ball, we'll call it football.
we'll call it Football 2.
Murder ball. I would fucking look expert on
Judgment
balls.
ball.
Are you an expert on balls?
Anyway,
the comments are saying. I want to rage one second last thing on WoW, I think, before we go into some other stuff. Looking at my list, but it's not on the list. Is, the free 90 boost thing. Fuck it. Fuck everything about it.
Oh, they've already brought it in.
Because they brought it now. Which we should have... Maybe I should have assumed... I should have realised that because they said it comes in when the pre-orders are available, and pre-orders do indicate that that would take place before the game comes out. There is a definite synergy between the word pre-order and before the game. But you've no idea, dude. You can't understand what it's like to see so many people just stand there. What mentality of player in any game would decide to pick a tank, boost it, and still not read about the bosses or learn anything about it? It's one thing to goof your way up to 90 and then try it out.
Not to think that wasn't going to happen from the internal side, but I don't think they care because that's all it's going to take is that. They don't care. They know that that is going to sell pre-orders. So that's why they do not care about the synergy of what that's just done to LFR.
There's months to go. This is like business. Of all the people Blizz you'd think wouldn't want to piss off. It's the casual player base, right? Those are the money makers. And you just slammed them in the face with a shotgun for the next 6 months because every time someone gets paid, they're gonna be getting the fucking pre-order. Oh my god! I walked in. This is what happened. I didn't even. People were like, "Oh, the 90 boost's already in," and I was like, "That's a bit weird." But I didn't need to play WoW for a couple of days, so I thought, you know what? Time to get my game on. Log in, go into the LFR. I think I was doing Shadow Priest, right? Yeah, it was the Shadow Priest. So I log in, and it's on the easiest boss in the world, and we wiped so quickly. I was like, "That's odd. Never wiped here before, I don't think." Oh well, one of those things. Try again. Wipe. And then I started checking people out. I had to resort to the inspecting, and oh my fucking god. Oh!
It was so going to happen. It was, even from the get-go, like, that's why, at first, I'm purely not against the level 90 thing.
Me neither.
For the expansion.
When it's not max level.
Now, as soon as, when I saw your video straight away, I just saw the title about, like, 90s now, whatever it was. It was insinuating.
90s already. It's funny, I was so angry that day.
Before you actually explained why, and you actually said, like, we've got 90s now, I said, that's going to be fucking hilarious in LFR. And I just listened to the video, I was just like, I've just picked up on that fast. Every person who had any sort of say in this matter knew full well, this would be an issue. Yet, they've allowed it. They could have done that in so many ways. Like, is there still like an item level requirement before you can enter it?
Yeah, but you can
lower the gear before it.
Well, they've given the type. There's an island where you can get the very basic bare minimum gear, but it's enough to get into thingy. But Jesus Christ, I can't even understand the mentality. But this is what's happening, right? These guys are boost. This is what I'm generally seeing, which is really sad as well, by the way. People are pre-ordering WoD. And they're obviously not people who watch my channel because they don't do anything that you guys do. So it's almost, we can rage about it, but we can't do much about it because the people who are not watching the channel. They're going, I want a tank, all right? And they're probably something that can't tank. Fair enough. I'm going to boost the DK, or usually the DK or the prop pally, and then go into the time missile. Sort of doing this on some mobs and getting some gear, like flopping around. Then just jumping straight into Siege of Orgrimmar, skipping everything else. I checked everyone. Nobody had anything from any of the other raids. And going like that. I don't know what to do. And then getting raged at by people because they're constantly wiping on stuff that's been being cleared for months now. And then just never playing that character again. Logging out like terrorized. And in absolute dire straits. It's so sad. This whole 90 boost thing for nearly everyone who isn't like of some sort of common sense, of which there's a vast majority of people. Let's face facts. Are just never playing these characters again. Just logging in, throwing themselves into a boss, and then just logging out like, can't do this no more. That was shit. I'm a shit DK. Oh, whatever. Oh,
good.
More than likely, people are knobheads in LFR. People are dicks. I'm not playing this anymore. People are dickheads.
That's why they've just tried to cure one of the game's cancers with a cancer.
Yeah, you know what this cancer needs? Cancer.
Exactly.
Nothing beats cancer like cancer. Oh man, it's really sad because people are just wasting these, and especially you've got to mock. I won't say his name, but I mocked somebody who boosted his same class again.
What?
On the same server, on the same race. I was like, why did you do that? And he was like, couldn't think of anything else to use it on. I was like, why don't you just save it then? You don't have to use it right now. He was like, no, I could level really fast anyway. I'm like, why would you do that? I don't understand. And so he was like, oh, well, I've got something to get on with now, and until fucking warlords are doing over. Give me beta already! Motherfucker, give me the beta. Speaking of beta, Hearthstone is out, live, intact. How hooked are you?
Very.
Friend!
Very, 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 very.
Very hooked.
I love it.
Super hooked.
No, I will not. With every other game, League of Legends included, any game that requires a slight bit of thinking, I'm terrible at it beyond belief, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to play it. I absolutely love how good and balanced that game is. It's so good and so much fun. I'm terrible at it, but
doesn't matter.
I love it.
So imagine for you.
Wow, I dodged it for so long, and the first time I played it, well, I can't remember if it was here. You gave me a beta key, didn't you?
Yes.
I played it at home. No, we installed the app, the Battle.net app, on my computer when you reformatted it. Installed Hearthstone. That's the first time I tried it, and straight from the first time.
You mean when I upgraded you to SSD?
Yes, you did.
Increasing performance considerably.
Yes, you did.
Preach Gaming 2014.
It was unbelievable. I was just straight off the bat. I was just like, wow. And then like I was playing character cards, and then when the class cards started to come out, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. With it being a mage or with it being a priest or whatever.
What's the cheesiest deck you've made? Because I know you love the cheese.
I do love the cheese. Cheesiest, probably my mage, which is just like balls to the wall with a couple of minions. But I did, under the with the help of one of my friends, make a Murloc deck.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I'm surprised that you would make a Murloc deck.
Just purely because I was playing this guy. This guy who taught, well, he teaches me a couple of things. He's really fucking good at it, and he said, right, I'm going to play my Murloc deck. So I was like, right, okay then, you bastard. I'll play my mage deck, because as soon as turn 6 comes, I'm going to wipe the floor with everything on that goddamn board. Didn't make it to turn 6 about 3 times in a row. Did not make it to turn 6.
Didn't make it to turn 6? No. Oh yeah, wait till turn 6. Bitch! Didn't make it. Didn't make it.
Absolutely suckered.
There are some cheesy stuff in that game, but it is my go-to. It is my go-to game. I know a lot of people are asking me to like stream it and stuff, but
yeah.
Come on. Come on, there's
fun.
miles better people out there than me. You don't want to see me failing all day. I play it for fun. But yeah, I've seen some ridiculous stuff. To see that, the combo wombo, I think as Trump calls it, which is the light spawn, the divine spirit in a fire, where you end up with like an 18-18 light well to fight, and you just look at it and you go, that's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. It's so fucking good to see stuff like that. But again, it's not that bad. I mean, I've got some free to play decks. I mean, I'm just picking up my decks as and when I go. I'm winning. A lot.
That's it.
Winning a lot.
I'm winning. Here's the annoying thing. I'm winning more games with a standard deck than I am with my custom deck.
I didn't realise. The only thing, and you guys might notice this about Hearthstone since it went live. I mean, we were playing way earlier in the beta, but since it went live, I think because I hadn't bought anything or whatever, it reset what I had, so I had to do some stuff again. And I hadn't got level 10 on some of the characters because I just didn't enjoy them. I'd done arena on a lot of characters, but not got level 10. So you still have that thing, you know, on your basic decks. It's like you're not hitting level 10.
18 out of 20 and stuff like that.
So I decided to finish those, but because my MMR was so high, even playing casually, I was up against fucking legendaries and shit all the time on my super basic decks. Still won. Schoolboy error. These guys just constructed fucking decks, and I was on my super bullshit.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah, it's such a cool, fun game, and super casual, which I think people are complaining about Heroes of the Storm.
Do you know what?
It looks delicious, doesn't it?
That you showed me before is the first footage of gameplay that I've ever seen of that. And at first, when I first saw it with the whole mount thing, I thought, well, that's shit, because, okay, they've got mounts. They don't move hardly any faster than they do when they're on foot. But then when I started to see, and I saw the gameplay as well, I thought, well, LoL still looks better. But then when I started seeing more of it, I was like, okay, I can actually see this being really good now. The game modes in it look really fucking good.
For me, it cures every problem I have with League of Legends, because when I played LoL, which is 2 years ago now, when I was playing League of Legends, my problem was it was changing and rebalancing all the time. There's so many heroes, and I don't have the time nor the interest to really learn all that shit. I don't care about the game that much to want to do that. And this is why I think Heroes of the Storm is targeting people like myself who just want to get in, have a few games on the MOBA, because I love MOBAs, which are quicker games, and plus the talent system you can kind of homogeneously move around with and come back. It's nowhere near as good as Dota or League of Legends, I've no doubt, and it's got nowhere near the depth.
But it's not
that actually
as bad
appeals
as
to me.
Infinite Crisis, mate.
No, but it's not as bad as Infinite Crisis. But that actually really appeals to me for a game like Hearthstone, which I play when I'm rendering videos. If I'm rendering a video, I'll have a couple of games of Hearthstone while it's doing it. And again, same with Heroes of the Storm. If I'm doing something else and my PC is kind of tied up, more than happy to fucking log onto a game that I don't have to research that much. Which sounds like casual scum. I'm alright with that. Because I don't want to be the best at every single game that I play. I've really no interest in being the fucking God's gift to gaming on everything I touch. Which is, I played Smite. Smite's okay. We got offered some beta codes. What the fuck was that game we got the beta codes for? Oh,
I can't remember. You told me.
This is something I really wanted to actually say. Fucking hell.
I sent you an email. It's called Power Rangers.
Cheers, dude.
Don't know what it's for though.
No, I don't care. As long as I've got it, I'm more than happy. I just wanted it. Strife. If you don't already have a Strife account, you can create one here. Strife, yeah, keys for Strife. I tell you what, the really good thing is I touched on this in the 15k video, in the 100k video. Strife, do you guys want to see anything from Strife?
I've never heard.
Oh, Horn TV just pointed out Strife, yeah. I'm getting asked to look at a lot of games for people. Can I just say as well, this is going to start some rage. Vinard27, Sean, touchdown. I don't see you for a long time. Welcome to you, sir. Is the Wildstar people actually got back in touch with me because they were the ones who sent me the beta key because they wanted me to look at Wildstar. And I goofed up a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because my NDA was worded kind of iffy. I was allowed to stream Wildstar, but I wasn't allowed to make a YouTube video out of it. Now, I didn't really show any gameplay, but I did express some opinions on the game before the NDA came up, and Wildstar contacted me and they were okay with it, so it's just fucking awesome. Actually, I said, because they asked me what I thought of the game and they wanted more details, so I assume someone from Wildstar actually checked out that video or watches the web show. Awesome. He said what wasn't as inspiring, because I want to point out on the record here, I never slammed Wildstar. That fucking rage that you guys sent me about Wildstar, fuck you, man. I never said anything bad about Wildstar. I just said it was a bit the same for me, so I'm not going to play it. I had to rewatch it. Did you see the fucking rage people sent me about that? Obscene, crazy fanboys. Fucking made me sick. I was reading it, I was like, are you mental? Oh, yeah.
It's the internet, dude.
Oh, crazy bastards, man. Whoever you are, you guys are crazy. But the Wildstar guys asked me about it, and would I look at it again? And I kind of said, maybe there's an opportunity there.
I'm definitely going to play it on
yeah, maybe. I'm not against the game, but there might be a lot of reworking needed. And the NDA has come up now, and again, the reviews aren't amazing, which is just sad. I mean, the NDA came off Wildstar last week or the week before. And some of you did send me emails sort of retracting, which was crazy. Retracting what they said is like, okay, a lot of other people are saying the same thing now. That it's the same, you know? That's the only problem with it. Looks good, but it's
what can you do though to make it? Oh, this is a massive can.
Do you want to do it? I'll go in.
What can you do to make an MMO different?
Stop caring what other MMOs have done before and do something different. MMO just means massively multiplayer online.
Exactly. What can you do though? That
I could come up with a million ideas off the top of my head. But
shoot.
Do you really want to do this?
Go on.
Do you really?
I think that every one of them will be comparable to something else that's been tried.
Maybe years ago.
Unless you take it out of the context of it being a person that you can control, then yeah, I think it's always.
I think games that we've seen easily. I would always go back to Huxley. Would have been a dream for me. Completely different, changing the game up. I want games. Let me put this scenario for you. Let's go back to Neocrom for you.
I do like Neocrom.
Where the first time you saw your friends in game, they came flying over a bunker in a Jeep with miniguns, shooting everything around it, then picked you up, you dived in that fucking Humvee and drove off with them. That was my brother and Wig when they picked you up for the first time in Neocron.
That's the rain. I thought
that rain. It's really annoying.
No,
isn't
that
it?
was when I was in a level in Neocron. Basically, it's like a futuristic shooter, and I was grinding mobs, and the two people that got me and you into Neocron actually picked me up to take me to an area where I should be leveling, because obviously I didn't know better at the time, in this fucking great, big, ginormous, futuristic-looking tank. There was enemies that were actually there who were like kill camping me as well, and the other guys that were leveling there. So one of the guys stayed in the tank just gunning down these people, and another guy got out in like this massively, looked like a space marine in camouflage space marine armor, shooting the crap out of them until I could actually run to get into the tank, and then they drove off with me. And that moment, that was just one of them pinnacles in gaming that I just like, I was really like, you ever seen a film where it shows like a close up of someone's face, but then like the background extends? It's like, whoa, that was one of them moments for me.
I just want an MMO that can give players the choice to create epic moments. And all these ones that are kind of really similar.
It all has to be in real time and not with auto-targeting them.
Exactly, I'm fine with that. Let's get away from this shit. Let's give it up. It's been 10 years.
I know.
Give it up.
You've got to think.
Boring as fuck now.
People won't like it purely because in live targeting games, ping's a major factor. And people will play it.
We've beat it. There was fucking Neo didn't even have that problem. That was fucking years ago, made by a piss ass company. That ain't an excuse, no way.
How big was the game in comparison to everything?
But made for like £5. That game is the cheapest piece of shit ever.
No, I'm saying
on German service with Americans playing it.
Of live targeting, I'm pretty sure that's why you couldn't do something like that.
Nah, I'm not having that. Not these days.
Don't have to.
Alright, I don't have to. This is right. But I would like to see
Titanfall
MMO.
Yeah, I would.
Right? Where the fuck is that shit? Where these fucking things going on? Which is exactly what Huxley was supposed to be. Which was, you own a city. And it's not like a city like Ogrimmar. It's a fucking city. And you could storm it with APCs and tanks and all sorts of shit. And it's real world combat going out there. I love that. I mean, I just want to see something that changes the game. That's all I'm saying.
I don't. I want to see, and this is just my personal thing though, because I've just longed for it. I love Warcraft. I hate the genre of Dungeons and Dragons.
Then you'll really like WildStar then.
So
you should get a huge kick.
I cannot stand Dungeons and Dragons, but because the game is that good, that's why I play it. I'd love to see, if it was Blizz that goddamn did it, an MMO. Maybe, what's it called? StarCraft? Maybe a StarCraft MMO.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
I know they wouldn't.
They've already said they're not going to do that.
I know they would. But imagine World of Warcraft, that game reskinned with goddamn space marines, futuristic shit. Your mountains are goddamn futuristic shit. Miniguns, fucking rockets, tanks, that sort of shit. Mechs that you actually not control, but like imagine world bosses that are fucking mechs and stuff like that. Or air bases. I'd love to do something.
You just
like
changed
that.
the entire game up, you see. Just getting away from this hotkey-ish same thing. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. I just want that big change to be happening. Destiny. Isn't Destiny Xbone only?
No, it isn't.
Or is it PC as well?
It's made by Microsoft, I think. Will Webster, I love Baldur's Gate, but again, it's not the genre, dude. Baldur's Gate as a game is...
It's not an MMO. It's different if you're the sole RPG. This is what we said about Elder Scrolls Online and Skyrim. Skyrim is a beautiful RPG, which works. Elder Scrolls Online, you've not got that hero incentive. Because a single-player RPG or even little LAN play like Baldur's Gate, you're the hero. You're the guy who's going to be something mega.
Exactly.
But you're not going to get that in an MMO, which I think really takes away from those kind of games. And that's what I felt in Elder Scrolls. Is I'm playing Elder Scrolls, which I'm not a huge fan of personally myself. But now I'm not even the hero. I'm not the mega guy. No, there you go. Destiny for PC would spread Bungie too thin. No port planned at present. That was November 2013.
Is it just
Xbone only. I'm sure it's Xbone only.
I thought it was all...
Yeah, Defiance was garbage. It was shit.
Defiance, yeah. I mean, that you talk like the futuristic thing. Defiance was...
But it has to be done well, is what we're saying, right?
Don't get me wrong. The look of it was cool. Like the limited edition armor that you got, you got obviously like a special armor. It was only a skin. I'm pretty sure it was only a skin. But the armor that you got for the limited edition was fucking... That's what I want my character to look like.
I'm fully with you.
I don't want it in that game.
Exactly.
I really don't want it in that game.
we've got to bear in mind here when we talk about this is it also has to be done really well, right? It has to be done very, very well. But
that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. Like, I love Warcraft skinned. I love what it is, but I don't love the genre enough to not the genre. Sorry, is it the genre? The whole.
You just mean the gameplay
thing.
style.
The gameplay style of Warcraft, it's done perfectly. It's just I want it to be like.
Yeah, you just want a different. You just want a different environment to be in. That's fine. I think that's pretty good. For me personally, I'm just done with the whole hotkey-ish, third-person top-down perspective stuff. I'm ready for something new. Every time I pick up a game like this, and it's
Division. Oh, I cannot wait for that.
You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait.
I know.
We did talk. I think we should talk about this a little bit because it was a fucking awesome night. And thanks to everybody who tuned in with us.
Look at that. In fact, rewind it a couple of seconds just so you can walk out of that building and see that.
We'll go to that.
Okay.
Pop up. And sure, when Twitch
decides
to load it. Twitch decides to load it. But this Titanfall is. We had one streaming night on it, and I've got to be honest, I've not been able to play it since, but purely due to time, not because I didn't enjoy every hour that we played with you guys. You can see Ghosty there, Delore, and Juro. This was actually surprisingly fun. I said to you before the stream started, let's face facts, this is going to be a COD clone. So we shouldn't expect anything. I wasn't expecting anything that great. The environment is done so fucking well.
Watch this. This is the example of why it's different. Watch what happens as soon as he walks out of this door.
It might be a while. We're running D, mate.
We are running D.
We're running D.
I know we're doing secure points, but watch what happens when you go outside. You're not going to see a couple of people shooting each other and jumping and shit, which you do see. Don't get me wrong, but you're probably going to run into certain other things that are fighting the crap out of each other as well. And they ain't little people. Utility building. Hello to you.
I'm just having a peeper.
Oh, you're playing D, aren't you?
I'm playing D. I think you're upstairs.
Of course I am, mate.
You're upstairs.
Vantage point.
Got my back. There is something spectacular about this game, which I think is what's grabbing people. It's not got a lot of content, it's got to be said.
No, it has not.
But the fact is, every now and again, you'll walk into essentially Transformers 1. You'll turn a corner and walk into Transformers 1. I've got to say, I had an absolute blast with this game. A real good blast, especially when playing with friends and stuff.
It's so close, it has to be.
It really is. It really is a truly amazing game. Have you played it again since?
Yes. Played it with Delore the other night. I tried streaming it, but I couldn't. It weren't working on my stream, so I shut the stream down just so I can play it.
Yeah, that'll happen every now and again.
But yeah, it's so much fun, man. Come on.
Get on, Ghost.
I want to see this goddamn clip.
I'm running good D. I'm checking it out.
I know you're running good D. You do like a bit of good D.
I just leave it playing. I was surprised. I genuinely was surprised. Of all the games I thought we could play and chill out with, it was one that I was 50-50 on. People haven't given it a try. Especially if you're... I was very much into Battlefield 4. And this is... I can see the shadows. I can see the shadows of the stuff going on. I was genuinely really fucking taken aback by how much the game changes just by adding the Titans in.
Yeah.
And you can... It's actually... Every level's almost 2 levels.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I mean, it's like 2 games.
What?
One sec. Yeah, it's like 2 games. Obviously, you got the Call of Duty... I keep saying Call of Duty.
It is Call of Duty style. It's the Call of Duty style. The gunplay is exactly like Call of Duty.
Totally different style of game you make.
It's surprising, isn't it?
It's
and this is going to be the FPS going forward.
The whole like cockpit thing. Oh my god, D, you are running some hard D right now. I've seen nothing but this bunker. That's solid D though. That's solid D.
I'm keeping it fucking defensive.
You keep it locked down.
Have you ever seen anybody try and take Alpha Point?
I have not.
That's right. They know. They know.
They know.
I also scored the highest by doing that.
Kept your point locked down.
I was truly blown away. Really was blown away. I was hoping for some sort of game.
I don't want to skip it because we've left it going that long. I know. The second I skip it, it's going to put it right into the middle.
I can see the shadows of Titans walking around, which is pretty funny.
Someone just dropped a Titan, I think. That's what the rumbling is. Come on, where is it? Oh, there's a Titan outside.
It's Delore.
Oh, Delore just dropped his Titan. But there's a clip in a minute where you walk outside and you just look at 2 Titans smashing each other to bits.
But this is what I'm saying in terms of MMOs. Is it's very coddish. They kept that stuff the same, which is. But everybody's been saying it's bored to death. It's done to death. Adding that totally different aspect to the game, basically making the COD bit half a game, which is what we expect now, or at least in my eyes.
Yeah.
If we're looking from a MMO side, is that should be like half the stuff. Now here's this twist, and it's fucking awesome. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. You take what works and then just say, right, okay, we've got all that. That stuff's easy. We've done it for years. Here's this element of it that's just going to blow your fucking head off, and here it is. And it works so well. You're never going to be able to find it.
I am.
Give it up, man. Give it up.
Fuck off. I want to find it. Keep talking.
Who wants the COD crowd? Well, I'm not making Titanfall videos. I'm just saying, for a lot of people were wary, especially after the problems Battlefield 4
I'm just going to put you back on the camera while I look.
Okay.
That's alright.
I think you just missed it. There you go. See, I just killed the fuck out of that guy.
Oh, give over. I just incrementally skip like 30 fucking seconds.
Let's leave it. It's going on forever.
If I miss it, I've missed it.
Yeah. I'm too good at D.
I bet you are.
Yeah, I just managed to skip over the 6-hour section to the bit where I didn't kill anybody.
Jesus Christ.
Leave it.
Okay, I'm trying to find the
Camera.
That's not the camera. Wait! There it is! What is it? No, it is not.
There you go. Yeah, so it's really worth it. It is really worth it if you were considering it. If you were 50-50 on the fence and all that kind of stuff. That'd be fucking. It was surprising, so fucking surprising to see how much the game changed just by adding in Titans. I mean, they're not even. It's the actual environment it puts you in. Like I said, I felt sometimes, especially in the cities where we were turning corners, and suddenly there's two giant Titans that are literally going at it man on man, and you're a little guy on the floor. It's one of those games that you can step back from and go, "This is awesome," despite the fact that you're having a lot.
But that's it. It's the fact that it's not a massive overpowering advantage that you've got a Titan. If you're a guy without a Titan and you see a Titan moving, you can basically jump onto the back of that Titan, rip off like it's paneling, and shoot the crap out of it, which you do, it'll reduce its health. The pilot can obviously get out of the Titan to shoot you, or if they've spec for it, they've got a countermeasure which fires off like electric smoke, which will kill you if you're still on the back of it, but I love it.
Blast.
So
absolute
good.
Fucking blast. So I'm hoping to play that again. I will set up a stream, hopefully, where we can all get involved. I know you were asking me to do it again. I will as soon as I have time. I haven't logged in since that fucking night, sadly. Purely just down to time restrictions and stuff, and rewriting the Burning Crusade stuff over and over and over again, which has turned into a fucking joke. The last thing I really want to bring up before we go into the last part was the documentary free to play. Have you guys seen it yet?
Oh,
Valve's documentary free to play. I hope you. Well, we'll find out in a minute, I guess. But have you seen this fucking thing? Basically, if you're not sure what it is, it's on YouTube, completely free, which is what we like to see.
What are you doing?
I don't know. They just filmed Dota 2. It was at Gamescom, but it was the year before we went, which was pretty sad. I don't remember seeing much Dota 2 when we went in 2012. It was all League of Legends,
it's
wasn't
because, the League of Legends must have been Dota then League of Legends or whatever, because obviously League was out way before the event, but they had like that League of Legends training camp when we went, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They did. Free to play the movie. There you go. I'll just paste you the link now.
Oh, is it all up on the tubs?
Oh, it's all up on the tubs. Watching it tonight. There you go. For those of you who haven't got anything to watch tonight, definitely fucking check that thing out. It really highlights a couple of things for me that obviously no spoilers and stuff, but it shows the new generation of people who are taking gaming to a professional level and the problems they're having with the older generation who don't understand it at all, which is a big thing, right? Especially for any of you guys out there who are similar positions to me. I can't explain to my mother what I do. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it at all. I mean, she shows videos and stuff to family members and they don't get it. There's nothing worse than when that happens, is they just look at me like, what is this? And I'm like, yeah, you don't get it. That's okay. You don't get it. You're an older person. It doesn't make sense to you. You were born way before the internet. Even I was born before the internet. It highlights that. It also highlights the big problem, which I think is really prevalent, is that how much you have to win. I mean, not just win a lot of games, win the tournaments in these kind of games, because this is based on Dota 2. Obviously, it's a Valve movie, so it's not surprising. In order to even pay the bills, which is really sad, as this is like a budding sport. I mean, you've seen the amount of people who follow League of Legends, and luckily a lot of the League of Legends guys are getting salaried and whatever. And it's really highlighting that if they're not winning, like number one in the world, very difficult to even pay the bills and stuff. There's a guy in that movie who has a CRT monitor, and he's one of the best Dota players in the world, at the best tournament in the world. And he goes home and he plays on a desk about yay big. He's got this fucking shitty monitor and he's doing all this kind of stuff. And you're looking at it and you're like, so early in this generation. And it's not. I'm not saying we should feel sorry or anything like that. But you can see how this. That was. I mean, now more and more people are salaried in this business, in the professional gamers, and it's really interesting to see that just 2 years ago, these are the conditions these guys were training in, but still giving it their all. And telling people, no, fuck you, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to do this. And they've got the older generation telling you wasting your time, it's a waste of life. you need to go and do this and this. And these get kids, and they are kids, because it does highlight that you can't be a pro gamer. I think they say 29. Said you have no opportunity to be a pro gamer. As soon as you hit 29, they'll drop you essentially from the team. There's some guys who obviously, you know, the one-offs. But
what the fuck have you done to your arm? I've only just seen that.
That is my dog.
Jesus. Sorry, man. Go on. I'm sorry then.
Doge. They basically drop you from these teams once you hit 29 or 20. It might have even been 27. It says in the movie that the team captain's like, once you hit that age, you're fucked. You're fucked completely because your reaction time is so bad compared to the young kids that are doing it. But it's such a cool documentary. It's not very long. It's, what is it? An hour? It's an hour long. And to see the kids sitting there 2 years ago when it was nowhere near legitimate, to say to their parents, no, I'm fucking doing this. Fuck you. I can make this work. I know the potential. As me and you do know the potential of where this could go, especially now we see the league streams, which are going to carry it. Easily going to be carried. StarCraft 2 was the hope, but I don't think it's going to do it. But League is, what was the viewers counts at the last major WCS? There's something like 180,000 consistent.
They did something. The final is sold out Madison Square Garden quicker than the NBA playoff match, or whatever it was. But yeah, but the growth of League of Legends, I'm not fanboying it. It's just the fact that I've seen. Like, it showed the 5-year growth of it.
It needs a game to carry it. It needs a game to legitimise it.
Every sort of event, like, it started off in like a really small, like 100-man ballroom, and then 5 years is no time at all. Nope. And it sold out Madison Square Garden like that, which is for a game. Man.
Exactly. That's what's got to be taken notice. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, LOL sucks. That's irrelevant to this discussion.
Exactly.
What we're saying is, if there's an opportunity for people to recognise that how much effort those guys put. I mean, it's a video game, but it's no different than, in many ways, the training that people put into pro sports. And now they're starting to see the rewards of putting in that effort. And these are the guys. This is why I think this documentary is important, because in the next 5 years, you're going to see this becoming a mega thing. Easily. In 5 years' time, esports will be just a thing. Not a thing that the niche crowd know about, but a thing that is just commonplace, more than likely, in 5 years' time. These are the guys who made it happen. And that's why it's worth watching. It's worth seeing what these guys went through and the kind of fucking shit that had to be put up with in order to be there and be part of the tournaments. These are the guys who carried that fucking burden of no money, not knowing where your next meal's coming from, but we think this can be a thing in the future. We need to make this happen, and I need to be there and part of it and still putting in all that work. Because these are the guys who are basically pushing it forward. And that's the best thing about it, I think. Yeah. Well worth watching. Right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and then we think we're going to rock and roll. 492k IEM. It's going to be happening, right? It's going to be happening. Well, answer all your questions when we get back. We'll come back, we'll chill out, we'll have a good Q&A. I think we've talked about enough subjects for tonight. Unless you guys got a subject we haven't covered. I think that covers most of the stuff on the board.
You did well, mate.
We did well. We got through it. We got through it concisely. So if you want to chit-chat with us...
We talk about films and games that have come out or coming out or have just been released information of.
Well, we'll do that as people post their questions. And that sounds like a swaggy deal.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. We're back in 2 minutes, guys.